So now, students, we are today continuous with coordinate geometry. And first, I am going to write a linear equation. Suppose 3x plus 4y is equal to 5 is a linear equation. 3x plus 4y is equal to 5 is a linear equation. In this linear equation, there are x and y, x, comma, y, they are called variables. They are called variables. X in this equation and y, we will say them variables. Means its numerical value changes. It is not always fixed 4, this is not fixed 3, this may be something -1, -2, 10, infinity. So these are known as variables. They changes with equation to equation. Now, as when we can play with the equation given here, this is the equation I have written like this: 3x plus 4y is equal to 5. Now I am changing the subject of the equation. Here I am making 3x is equal to 5 minus 4y. I am taking this 4y here, this side of equal to. So the new equation is formed: 3x is equal to 5 minus 4y, and the numerical value here going down to this side. So x will be 5 minus 4y divided by 3. Now this 3 is a kind of LCM, so it is a part of both 5 and 4y. So x would be 5 by 3 minus 4 by 3 y. 5 upon 3 minus 4 by 3 y. As now x is the subject and this y is depending on x, so this is x is dependent on the numerical value of y, so x is known as the dependent variable. Whatever will be the subject, whatever variable will be the subject, that is known as this is now called dependent variable. Dependent variable. Why this is dependent variable? Because its value is depending now this. So this is dependent variable. And what the y is here at this time, as y is not the subject of the formula, so this is called independent variable. Independent variable. By making the subject of a linear equation and variable, that variable is termed as a dependent variable, and the other variable is known as the independent variable. So all the time we have seen the different things in the linear equations. The subject of the formula makes the dependent and the independent variables. Here, where it would be used when it's the matter of the examination and getting number out of it. So a question may arise or can be formed by your teacher like this. And what's that? I'm just clearing it out and showing you where these dependent and independent variables are important. Because you must know about the dependency and independency before solving such type of the questions. If you will not be aware of the dependent and independent variables I have just shown you, then you will, that time this type of the questions will be a complicated part. So you can lose your one number or half number or two numbers, whatever mentioned at that time. Suppose here is an equation: 4x minus 5y plus 20 is equal to 0. 4x minus 5y plus 20 that is equal to 0. This is a linear equation. And it's two variables, x and y variables are here to 0. This is a linear equation. And it's two variables, x and y variables are here. Now your teacher will put forward a question in front of you. X is a dependent variable and y is independent variable. Now solve it. He will say x is a dependent variable. He will say x is a dependent variable and y is independent. Second question he will frame, y is a dependent variable and x is independent. 1. This is a question. At that time, you must know, suppose this question comes in your examination and you are unable to answer this type of question, definitely you will get a minus marking of 1 or 2 numbers. And so making yourself in the toppest position in the class will be difficult for you because some other guy. So x is a dependent variable and y is independent. Now answer you will write A and S. Number 1, make x a dependent variable. On whom? On y. So you will say 4x minus 2 parts of it. First I will solve here, other here. So it will be easy to understand both of you simultaneously. So x is dependent and y is independent. This is a common equation. Now I am making this equation x as a subject of the formula. So 4x is equal to 5y minus 20. X is equal to 5 by 4y minus 20 by 4. Remember, in mathematics, you have not to leave any minus will be finished and 5y is equal to 4x plus 20. Solve it again, make y as a subject of the formula 4 by 5x plus 20 upon 5, that is equal to 4. Now the equation is made 4 upon 5x plus 4. Now here in the first part, I have made the x as a subject of the formula and y here in the second part, I have made the subject of the formula is this. So I hope you are clearly understanding what I am teaching you this time. Got it? And now next part, what I am going to show you, it is very interesting part and every one of you must know about it very clear. That for telling you that I have to wipe it off again. You all guys who will take computer as a subject in your life, so make a robotic arm, which I will fix here. A brush will come automatically and remove everything. I should not use my hands every time. Okay. So for the future, I have given you a work. This is your homework. And there is no foundation for the time. You can use it anytime in your life. Okay, but form it. Now, in the very first form, I was telling about the graphs. Then to form an ordered pair word I will use for the first time. And what is this ordered pair? When I was making this type of the graph, I had written here 0, 0. Or when I was teaching you a point A is equal to 3, 5. At that time, this 3, 5 is known as the ordered pair. So the word I will use now onward is ordered pair. And the spelling will be ORDERED. DER, ordered pair. Got it? This is known as the ordered pair. So what is the ordered pair? So you can mention when anything will be asked about the ordered pair, 3, 5 or minus 3, 6 or 9, 1 by 2. All these are known as the ordered pair. In this ordered pair, whatever written inside is known as the component. This is 3 is its first component. This is called first component. This will be called second component. So this is the first component and other one is the second component. And the first component, I have already given you a word that is called as the abscissa, and this is also called abscissa, C-I-S-S-A, and this is called ordinate, O-R-D. It was represented by O. But according to the X and the Y frames, this is called as the X frame, X, Y. Always. The first will be X1 and another one will be the second ordinate, second component, which is the ordinate, is called as the Y component. So this is easy to understand for both every one of you. If two ordered pairs are equal, both of their components are equal. Remember, if two ordered pairs are equal, very important part. Many questions can be solved by this, whatever I am saying. I have given you the ordered pair and compass component, second component, abscissa and ordinates, and you are well aware of it. And compass component, second component, abscissa and ordinates, and you are well aware of it. Now I am going to use a tricky things. Although it is very simple, but teachers are very naughty. I have seen in my life that they teaches students. So they can, how they can leave their childhood age. So if two ordered pairs are equal, both of their components are equal. Suppose if I will say one ordered pair A, B, this ordered pair is equal to C, D. These both ordered pairs are equal. Then its components, this can be equal only at that case when its components are equal. It means, what does it mean? It means this is abscissa will be equal to abscissa. It means A is equal to C and B that is equal to D. Abscissa will be equal to abscissa and ordinate will be equal to ordinate. Only at that condition when both ordered pairs are similar. Where you will use it? Where this technique will be used. Now see, if your teacher gives a question in your examination and he writes on the paper that X, Y is equal to 3, 4. If these both ordered pairs are equal, find the value of X and Y. Find the value of X and Y if both of these ordered pairs are equal. It means here you will mention X is equal to 3 and Y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 4. A simple thing, and you will get a bunch of loads of the numbers. And don't forget, question may be tricky also, maybe lengthy also, depending on the numbers, how much numbers the teacher is providing to you. Suppose this is not written as X and Y. This is written as X plus 3, Y, 2 by 4, 2 by 5. This ordered pair is equal to this. Find X and Y. How tricky this question is, but that much simple this question is too. It means abscissa is equal to abscissa, ordinate is equal to ordinate. It means equal to 4. On solving, you get 4. And here, Y plus 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 5, On solving, you get y is equal to 2 by 5 minus 1 by 2. Of course, this by this by this. 2 to the 4 minus 5 is equal to minus 1 by 10. That is equal to minus 1 by 10. Got you? This 5 on the 5. 4 minus 5 is equal to minus 1. And 5 to the 10, I multiplied both of these and I got denominator. So minus 1 by 10 is the answer for y. Likewise, we can find out when the two of these ordered pairs are equal, find the value of the unknown values, then you can find out very easily three of the unknown values of the questions have been given to you in your examination time. Hope you are well understood of what I have given an example to you. But as we were taking graphs under our account, and we have learned a lot about the graph, that's first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, plus, plus, minus, plus, quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, plus, plus, minus, plus, plus, minus, and minus, minus. All these things we have taken 2 or 3 days before. Now, the use of that, those graphs are sometimes in the coordinate geometry are very much important. They will see how much intelligent your brain is, how much capacity your brain is carrying, and you have to prove that time in front of your teacher who want to make you the most intelligent person of the universe. For that, you have to prepare yourself where I am showing you this type of the tricks. In the graphs, we have seen there are different type of the questions may be formed, but for that, you know what graph we have been taken together. And day before yesterday, we have learned well about it. This was the origin, and its ordinate and abscissa will become 0, 0. These are its just I have taught you x and y, abscissa and ordinates. This is the x-axis, this is the minus x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is the minus y-axis. So this is a small recap, and we have recaptured. Sometimes the graphs of the sum of the standard linear relationship between x and y. This is a linear relationship between x and y. We will make some type of the graphs for your intelligence. If the graph of x is equal to 0, you have to make now a graph where x value of x is equal to 0. Plot a graph. How you will make a graph? If you have not, if any of your teacher did not tell you or did not teach you about this one, at that time you will say x is equal to 0 means this is the graph. But this is not the graph. He is saying the plot a graph, but you have made a small point on this x-axis. This is not so. What does it mean? It means if x is equal to 0, remember what he is saying invisibly to you. If x is equal to 0, then y can have any value. Means y can be 1, y can be 0, y can be 2, y can be 3, y can be 4, y can be minus 1, y can be minus 2. Mean anything from 0 to plus axis, 0 to minus axis. If it is so, it means x is equal to 0. Now, x is equal to 0 is this position. Y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 1. A position. A. Y is equal to 0. B. This same position. Y is equal to 2. C. Y is equal to 3. Y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 5. Y is equal to minus 1. Y is equal to minus 2. Y is equal to minus 3. It means join all these lines together. Now you have joined this line. This line from, suppose this is C, D, E, F, G. This final point is G, and this initial point Y is equal to 1, 0 from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means here it is D point. DG is a straight line which is showing the x is equal to 0 graph. X is equal to 0 means everything is on x is equal to 0, but value of y is there. So if your teacher gives you a question, show plot a graph x is equal to 0, then you will plot a graph like this on the y-axis. If we will say, the second question will arise here, if y is equal to 0. If y is equal to 0, then the similar thing will happen. It is saying the y is equal to 0 means this axis is having 0, but y axis is 0 means x as is having its value 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, well, up to infinity. So if x value is having this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It means when you will unite them together or join, it is a name and the name is A and starting name is Z. It means the graph AZ is known as the y is equal to 0. So this graph is y is equal to 0, where the y-axis is 0, and this horizontal vertical graph is x is equal to 0. So you have seen these two types of the graphs in your life, but not every time this will happen. So as you know, x is equal to 0 graph you have, I know, because this is very interesting. Next part, it is becoming some more complicated, but it is going to open your wide eyes or brain very easily. So you have to keep your visual eyes over here, and you have to understand what I am going to tell you now, and it is really your brain very easily. So you have to keep your visual eyes over here, and you have to understand what I am going to tell you now, and it is really very interesting and easy too. It is, and it will look some hard like structure, but this is not as tough as we are seeing or pretending that this would going to be. So this is an easiest one. I have told you about the two values of the graphs which was plotted between the x and the y axis. They were x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 graph. Now you are easily understanding that x is equal to 0 means it is not a point, y is equal to 0 means it is not a point. In the case of the graph, we can plot a graph on these particular 2 points, two digits also. Suppose if x is equal to a, now the third condition is coming over here, x is equal to a. Now x is equal to small a. If x is equal to small a, now we are going to plot for that. This is the graph x value minus y value and positive y value. This is the origin. I am saying x is equal to a. If x is equal to a, it means y 0, because x is defined over here. Y is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, anything y can be. It doesn't mean that y, if y is not mentioned in case of graph, y can be anything. But x is mentioned as a. So if x is mentioned as at a, it means x is not equal to 0. If x is not equal to 0 and a is not defined, so a can be anywhere on the x-axis. As this is not negative in sign, but it is positive, so it is always residing on the positive x-axis. So I think that x is at the a distance, and this is the a. This much distance I have considered at a. If this much distance I have considered at a, I have to make a graph. I have to plot a graph on this quadrant, x and the y planes. So what I will be do? I will be doing y is equal to 0 here, because y is equal to 0 here. Y is equal to 1. Y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 3. Y is equal to 4. Y is equal to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. I am joining them all together, and this is a new graph I have plotted over here, and this is x is equal to a. So now you have seen three types of the graph: x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and x is equal to a. Now what will happen if y is equal to a? Again, you are good. You have got what I am telling you. This is 0, this is y-axis, this is negative y-axis, this is x-axis, and this is the positive x-axis. What does it mean if y is equal to a? Y is equal to a graph means x can be having the any kind of value, including 0. So x may be equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Any value of the x can be seen. So when any value of the x can be seen and y is having equal to 0, it means somewhere on the y-axis, in the positive y-axis, I have mentioned here positive y-axis. The positive y-axis put anywhere here, y is equal to a. Y is equal to a. Now the value of x0 here, x1 when y is equal to a, x1 positive 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2, -3, -4. A straight line parallel to the x-axis is x is equal to 0, y is equal to a, or x is equal to 0 and this. So you have seen y is equal to a means somewhere on the y-axis we will make a straight line like this. For x is equal to a, somewhere on the x-axis we will make like this. It is parallel to the y-axis and it is parallel to the x-axis. But if x is equal to -a, if x is equal to -a, the graph will be on this side. This is a distance called -a. And if y is equal to -a, if y is equal to -a over here, then the graph will be like this. This is the -a on the y-axis. So somewhere like this it will be formed. This is the -a on the y-axis. So somewhere like this it will be formed. So you have seen 4 graphs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 different type of the graphs for only one value of a numerical of the variable, and 2 graphs these. So these are total 6 graphs you have come to know. And one interesting graph is going to be now, and which is the most important graph, and you will study till now. This is the most important graph what I am going to make you. But these graphs will clear your concepts. So this will not be a tough job for you to understand different values of the graphs and different type of the method through which we can understand the value of a graph. Hope from the very beginning of your studies, pre-nursery, nursery, KG, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, you have got a good teacher who would have taught you some good mathematics and good style of mathematics, so you can understand the mathematics very soon. I am pretty sure about it. So next part, and that is I have taught you just 6 different type of the graphs. Now the most important part of the graph I'm going to tell you, and that graph I am saying you, before going up to that value of the graphs, I would like to say that what is that value? If y is equal to x, the most important part, if y is equal to x, what is the graph we will form for this type of the equation? We have made x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, x is equal to a, x is equal to -a, y is equal to a, y is equal to -a. This much graph we have learned, and now we are going to study the most important part of the graph when y is equal to x. Again, don't hesitate and don't get fearful about what y is equal to x should be. Immediately draw this type of the structure, that is the positive x-axis, negative x-axis. Every time you have to draw this type of the graph. Don't forget to mention all the 4 corners by the different variables, and don't forget to put the O 0. You can put 0, 0, both x and the y variables over here. Now y is equal to x. If y is equal to x, what does it mean? Is this a linear equation? Absolutely yes, this is a linear equation. Here we have proved these were the linear equations too. X was the 0, it was showing as a point, but we proved that this is a linear equation. Y is equal to 0, we proved y is a linear equation on the graphical scale. X is equal to a, x is equal to minus, linear equation on the graphical scale. X is equal to a, x is equal to minus a, y is equal to a, y is equal to minus a. All we have just shown and told on the graphical scale, these are all the linear equations. Just before few moment, I just given you an example of the 3x plus 5y plus 20 is equal to 0 is a linear equation. But here again, I have given you example on the graphical scale. These are the linear equations too. Here we are going to put forward y is equal to x is also a linear equation, and this is the one real linear equation which is very easy to form. How it is so? Now see, if x is equal to 1, if x is equal to 1, then what will happen? Y will become 1. If x is equal to 2, y will be 2. Got it? Now I am going to make a small graph to understand, let you understand it very easily. This is the x and this is the y. If x is equal to 1, y is 1. If x is equal to 2, because y is equal to x, hence y is be 2. If x is equal to 3, y will be 3. If it is 4, it will be 4. If it will be 5, it will be 5. If it is -1, it will be -1. If it is -2, it will be -2. Whatever number you will give to X, the same number will be acquired by Y. So now, if this is so, how we will plot this structure on our graph? So immediately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have made these type of the symbols. Now I am going to put all these values over here. Now 1 on the x-axis, 1 on the y-axis, bring it forward, bring it upward, where it is meeting, put a point over there. Bring it upward, bring it forward, where it is making, put a point over there. Bring it upward, bring it forward, where it is making, make a point over here. Bring it upward, bring it forward, where it is making, get a point over here. Again, the same thing, and we are repeating it in the forward direction. What we are getting different type of the points, and in the same value, -1, we are getting this type of the point here, -2, we are getting this type of the point here. Now make all the points join together. What you will see, this is again a straight line. So this is a graph of y is equal to x. How much simple it was. So not to be worried about this type of the questions when you face in your examination. So we have learned y is equal to x also. So all these type of the structures can be seen by you in your examinations. But never forget, you have to put only a 1 digit over here. You can put any digit. If you get 3, you get 3. If you will put 90, you will get 90. But for that, it is very much challenging for you to mention in a graph when there is a vast difference between the first digit and the second digit. Now, my friends, one more thing I would like to tell you, and that is the solving a question in the graphical form when there is a number like 1/2 and 1/3 and 1/5. And you have to know how these questions should have to be handled by your small brains, because it's a big brain who are deciding for your question paper, and you are a small brain who are solving the question paper. How much punishing thing it is for small kids whose brain patterns is very small and they are doing sometimes. One more thing, and that is, have you ever seen the person who is writing a book is MSc, PhD, and teacher, B.Ed, M.Ed, this type of the teacher, this type of the degrees he are having, and he is writing a book. And people and the teachers think that the student who is just in the class 9th will be the master of that book. Although a master is writing a book, so you can think it is good too that your brain is being compared with that type of the literate person. So anyway, this type of the questions may come in your examination, and you have to solve them, all these type of the questions. In the graphical form, there is always a linear equation. That linear equation is defined in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Once I had given this type of the equation at the last of my lecture, the 2 days before, when I was teaching the first time the coordinate geometry, y is equal to mx plus c. This is a form of the linear equation. How it is so? C is x and y are the variable, and m and c are the numerical values. So here, this type of it. Now the sum of these pairs having x and y satisfying the y and this. Now I am going to solve here one thing. If I will say that the value of y that is equal to 0. Okay, if I will say the value of y that is equal to 0. Now, what happens? You have to come to know, if x is equal to, put this is a linear equation formula. Remember, this is the most important formula in the coordinate geometry. The most important formula, I am putting a star in front of it. This is the most important formula you will learn. Okay, y is equal to mx plus c. Now, if you will put x, the value of x is equal to 0 over here. If x is 0, then what will happen? Y is equal to m dot 0, dot means multiply, plus c, so y is equal to c. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to c, one coordinate is formed, the axes are x is equal to 0, and that time ordinate will be c. Okay, now I am saying y is equal to 0. Second top part, now I will put y is equal to 0. What happens? 0 is equal to mx plus c. C will come over here, minus c, and m will be on the downward side, m is equal to x. What happens when we put y is equal to 0? The value of x would be minus c upon m. Important thing. By putting the x is equal to 0, we are getting this, and by putting y is equal to 0, we are getting this. So this block is for y is equal to 0, and this block is for x is equal to 0. We have made two type of the coordinates, 0, c, and minus c upon m, comma 0. Now, plotting points 0 c, plotting a point 0 c and this points straight line c, plotting a point 0 c and this points straight line, we get the graphs y is equal to, when we are joining these two, and the straight graph we will form is called the y is equal to mx plus c. Now I will show you graphically, and remember, this is really going to be very interesting for you to understand this funny thing. And it will look like a fun, but this is very important. I have seen that those who are preparing for the IIT, when they don't know this type of the value of the equations, but from today onward, you will be expert in this. I am 100% sure, because you are taking it very seriously. But from today onward, you will be expert in this. I am 100% sure, because you are taking it very seriously, and interestingly I am teaching you, and this will be easily set up into your brain. Now I am not saying that set up together, so just shut up I am not using. I am saying the word set, set up. I am not saying shut up. SHUT, shut up, I am not saying. Okay, don't be confused for that. So now I am going to tell you the equation y is equal to mx plus c is a linear equation, and by the placing the value of x is equal to 0, I am getting y is equal to c. I am placing the value of x is equal to 0, I am getting y is equal to c. By placing the y is equal to 0, I am getting minus c upon m and 0. So now I will prove that this is a straight line. How it is so? I am going to make these four type of the structural figure over here. Four type of the structural figure. I think I have to rub it out, because you would have to know that I will write it somewhere else, and you will see when putting x is equal to 0, because it will be easier for me to understand, that you understand by the correct method, and it will not be confusing that time. So when x is equal to 0, when we were putting, when x was equal to 0, x was equal to 0, so y is equal to c. And when y was equal to 0, so x was equal to minus c upon m. Okay, when this was equal to 0, then this was minus m. By that time, minus x is equal to minus c upon m, we have got. Now, what I am going to tell you, that I am going to make four different type of the graphs here. See it and learn it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the fifth graph may also be over there. But first I will, is it important for me to write over here x minus x? No, I don't need. It would be. So if there may be four conditions, four different type of the conditions can be seen, where when c is equal to 0 and m is equal to 0. The first condition is when c is equal to 0, when c is equal to 0 and m is equal to 0. What happens? When c is equal to 0, y will also be equal to 0. Y will also be equal to 0. Did you get what I am saying? If c is equal to 0, then y is going to be 0. It means if y is going to be 0, at that time, what we will write, this is the point we will make. Okay. Now, one important thing, if c is equal to, when c is equal to 0 and m is equal to 0, then y is equal to mx plus c. C is equal to 0, m is equal to 0. It means y is equal to 0. If y is equal to 0, then where we will put it? Y is equal to 0. Then one important part, y is equal to 0 is here. Here, y is equal to 0. Then one important part, y is equal to 0 is here. Here, if it is y is equal to 0 over here, then this is the condition. If y is equal to 0, it means x will have some numerical value minus c upon m. This is this is the minus side, na? This is the second quadrant. This is x-axis is minus x-axis. This is the positive y. This is the positive y. This is the minus y, positive x, minus c upon m. Minus x-axis is minus x-axis. This is the positive y. This is the positive y. This is the minus y, positive x, minus c upon m. Minus c upon m because you said upon m because you said y is equal to 0. When y is equal to 0, when c is equal to 0, put the value c is equal to 0 over here and m is equal to 0 over here. This 0, it means y is 0. If y is 0, then this will be the graph. Y is equal to 0. If y is 0, it means the value of x is equal to minus c upon m. So when 0, it means the value of x is equal to minus c upon m. So value of x is equal to minus c upon m. We don't know what will be the value will come out because no one, even c and m is not equal to 0, but it will get some numerical value. If this will get some numerical value, having the negative value of the numerical value, we will put it on the negative y, negative x-axis. First thing is it. Second thing, if y is equal to 0, it means y is equal to c. On this y-axis, y is equal to c here. Y is equal to c means x is equal to 0. So these two coordinates are showing this point. Join together these 2 points. This is a straight line. So condition, when the c is equal to 0 and m is equal to 0, you are putting this on the straight line formula, so you will get this graph. And the second number of the graph. What is the second graph? X-axis, negative x-axis, y-axis, negative y-axis. Now, as soon as you will study all those 4 things, your scene will be very much clear. And second condition is when the c is equal to 0. When the c is equal to 0 and m is smaller than 0. When c is equal to 0 and m is smaller than 0. C is equal to 0. If c is equal to 0, what will happen? If c is equal to 0, then at that time, what we will get? Minus c and m. Is it possible? Put c is equal to 0 over here. You got c is equal to 0 and m is equal to 0. Then that time y was equal to 0. And when the y was equal to 0, it means x was having this value. And when you are putting that time, when c is equal to not, m is equal to 0, m was equal to 0, you are getting the second value. Now y is equal to c. When y is equal to c, the x is equal to 0, and God bless you. And this is equal to it, the straight line we have formed. Now the second condition, c is equal to 0. Now put c is equal to 0 here. So what will happen? If c is equal to 0, if c is equal to 0 and m is equal to less than 0, it means m, the value of less than 0 means I am going to make this a straight line. This is 0. Less than 0 means minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, anything. All the digits will be in the minus. So if all the digits will be in the minus, then what will happen? What you will see? It means 0 and c will be intact. If c is equal to 0, it means it is 0 and c. 0, c. But if the value of m is equal to less than 0, if the value of m is less than 0, it means it is in minus, then this equation will be minus c divided by minus m, minus minus plus means the value of x will come plus. If the value of x will come plus, then this will lie on this side of the x-axis. Now this is the value of the 0 c over here. Minus c upon m will be converted to the c upon m, because the value of m is equal to, that is less than 0, means it is in minus. If it is in minus, put it there, minus minus plus and c upon m, so the straight line graph minus. If it is in minus, put it there, minus minus plus and c upon m, so the straight line graph will be formed on the first quadrant. In this condition, the second line graph. Now the third condition. What is that third condition? In the third condition, we will say when the value of c is less than 0, c is smaller than 0, and m is equal to 0. This is the condition. When c's condition, now put, if the c's condition is less than 0, then this will be minus. If c will be minus, the c will be here on the negative y-axis, positive y-axis. If c is minus, this is it. And m is equal to 0. When m is equal to 0, at that time its value will be given by, when m is equal to 0, where you will put here, and at that time you will this scene will be seen at the different type of the values. When m is equal to 0, means it will fall on this side of the graph, but it will remain minus. If it is minus, will be there, because we have not changed. 0 is neither plus nor minus, so the value of x will be in minus, so the graph will be like this. Okay, now if both these values are less than 0, it means if c is less than 0 and m is less than 0, then what will happen? C will be less than 0, then we were making c is less than 0 means minus, c is less than 0, m is less than 0 means minus, minus minus will be plus, so the answer will fall on the positive x-axis and the graph will be like this. So we have seen 4 different type of the graphs are over here. Now if these are the 4 different type of the graphs we are seeing and watching it carefully over here, at that particular point, if we will make any of the graphs, that time this is the graph which is showing this is y is equal to mx plus c, this graph is equal to y is equal to mx plus c, this graph y is equal to mx plus c, this is y is equal to mx plus c. All these graphs are the y is equal to mx plus c, where when we have to change the condition, when the c is equal to 0, m is equal to 0, we have seen this. Now don't forget that you are having one important part. If x is equal to 0, then y is always equal to c. When y is equal to 0, x is always equal to this. At this time, you will consider only these 2 things. Y is equal to c you will consider, and x is equal to minus c upon m you will consider for making these graphs. Y is equal to c means y c, where the 0 value is there, you will put y is equal to c, y is equal to c, y is equal to c, and y is equal to c. When c is 0, it means positive axis. It means positive axis. It means less than 0, negative axis. It means less than 0, negative axis. Only C condition I am telling you. Now, m is equal to x is equal to minus c upon m. At that time, m is equal to 0. If m is equal to 0, m is positive. M is positive. M is equal to 0 means if m will be 0, the answer will be negative. So this is the minus c upon m. Okay. When m is less than 0, it means the value of m is in negative. Value of m is in negative, it means negative negative plus. The x value will always be plus. If the value of m is equal to 0, if m is equal to 0, it is positive. The answer of the x will always be in the negative frame. When the value of m is equal to smaller than 0, means minus, it will be minus minus plus the value of x on the x-axis, it will lie. All these are the conditions C is equal to 0, M is equal to 0, C is equal to 0, M less than 0, C is equal to less than M is equal to 0, C less than M less than. This is all the condition of Y is equal to MX plus C. In every condition we have seen the straight line is being formed, and this straight line proves that Y is equal to MX plus C is a straight line formula. So this is a formula of a straight line. Remember, this is the most important formula. From the different type of the graphs, we can easily represent it and prove it that this is a straight line. Hope you are taking my all these things very easily and understanding it easily too. Now, next thing I was telling you that sometimes we have to put the value of 1 by 2 in the graphical pattern. How we will do it? How we will do it? Oh, now this was an important part what I am teaching this time, and I have given few of the important values of the mathematics. Really, every subject is a fun, and I have. But tomorrow, I think that I have to take chemistry for you because we don't want to be behind in chemistry. I will try to teach you all the chapters as you are not getting lectures from your teachers nowadays, and it is not easier for you to take all the chapters. Uh, I have taught you physics, chemistry, maths, and biology, and you are doing pretty well. And in I think you have already prepared that much that you can give your first term examination or first unit test examination by these things and understand it very easily. Now, suppose if we are going to plot a graph, I am making it a bigger one. Origin, x positive, negative x, y, negative y. Although the graph is very big, don't think that I am going to tell you a very big thing, but it is important. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Equal distances I am trying to make, although I am not having a ruler this time. No scale, but I am guessing out. If any point is here, and that is 3, 4, if I will mention 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, this is the point 3, 4. Got it? 3 on the x-axis, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It should be 4. This is 3, 4. Short calling question. Now, and the second part is equal to minus 3, minus 2. Minus 2, I am saying this is plus quadrant, this is minus minus. Minus 3, minus 2. It means x-axis is minus 3. 1, 2, 3. Minus 2, 1, 2, y-axis. So 1, 2, 3. Drop it down. Make it here. And this is minus 3, minus 2. Likewise, you can draw different type of the points on the graphical paper. But one thing can be complicated sometimes, that if the points are 2, 1 by 2, 1, 1 by 2. If the points are 2, 1 by 2, 1, 1 by 2. Solve it out. 2 to the 4, 1, 5 by 2. 2, 1, 2, 1, 3 by 2, comma. You can write it like this. 1 by 2, 5 by 2 means 1 by 2 means it is half. Got it? 5 by 2 means 2.5. God bless you. Multiplied by 5, that is equal to 2.5. This is 1.5. How you will mention it? Now, whatever scale you have chosen, divide that scale into half. How it is so? Divide 1 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are 1. Just half it. Got it? You make half of everyone. Now you are solved. Your problem is solved. This is 2.5, it means 2.5. This is it. 0.5, it means 2.5. This is it. It is 1.5, it means 1.5. It is. Now make it into forward way. This is 2 1 by 2, comma 1 1 by 2. This is that point. So immediately you will make a half of it. It will say, if it will say 3/4, then make it 3/4. Means 4 equal part, then make a 4 equal parts. If it is 3/4, okay, then make 1, 2, 3, 4 equal part. Take the third part under consideration, and this is the 3/4. Likewise, by the graphical scales, you should use your brain skill and immediately divide that whole number into small pieces. If it is 1, divide it into the half 2. Always, although you mention 1, therefore all the graph papers are made like this. All the graph papers are made like this. Why it is so? Because if you will taking this as a 1 number, means this is 1, this is 2. It means you can half by here, you can 3/4 by here, you can make 1/4 by here. These are the reason because the graph paper is made easy for you. Okay, got it? Now, if the graph paper is not available at that time, you can solve it like this too. So, hope you had gone through all these coordinate system very easily, and it was a fun for you. But remember, the most important part I taught you today, and that is the tip of the day or the extract of today's lecture. You must know that lecture's part, and don't forget, this is really very important, and for rest of your life, up to you are rest of your life, up to you are in touch with the mathematics. This will be really going to be very much important. Everything you can forget, everything is very much easy. Automatically it will be inside your brain. But this equation, what I just told you, you have not to forget. If you have not to forget this equation, the graph of the y is equal to mxc lying during these points 0c, you will get an important part. Suppose, what is that? That is equal to y is equal to mx plus c. Now, if this is y is equal to mx plus c, and its graph was this, x minus y plus y. If its graph was like this, and every time we were solving the equation, this was proving that this was a straight line, and I had told you this was the x-axis was equal to 0, and y-axis was having the value c. And here I had shown you the x-axis was having equal to value minus c upon m, minus c upon m, and y value is equal to 0. Don't forget, this is making a kind of triangle, and the angle between these two is called as the theta degree. When this is the theta degree, what you will see? In the trigonometry, we had gone through the angle, and I am going to give you a name. Suppose this is a B, okay, and this is a point A, and this is the point O, origin. Now, angle BAX, angle BAO is equal to theta. The value of angle BAO is equal to theta. Now, what happens at this time? What is the value of tan? Do you remember? Tan is equal to perpendicular upon base. Here, x-axis is 0, but the y-axis is equal to c. But this much distance is c. It means on the y-axis, the numerical value is equal to c. And here the y-axis is 0 and the x-axis means the numerical value, means the distance from here to here is equal to minus c upon m. We will take tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. Now tan theta will be c upon tan theta will be c upon m, numerical value c upon m. You got it? C upon m. C will be cancelled and m will move up. Tan theta is equal to m. This is always called slope. As this is a linear equation of a line or the coordinate geometry, tan theta means the angle of the slope. Tan theta is always m. Tan theta always called m, or the m here is the slope. M is the slope here. Don't forget, slope is the slope. M is the slope here. Don't forget, slope here. And interestingly, this equation is going to be more complicated. Suppose here I am making this diagram and turning my laptop towards this. It will be easy for you. If this diagram is like this, this is a straight line. This is a straight line, and one point on this we are dropping it down to make a triangle. This is theta. This is the first point of y. This is the second point of y. Means this is y1. This is y2. This is x2. This is the first point, x1. Distance between these two is equal to x2 minus x1. Distance between these two is equal to y2 minus y1. This much distance. Now, tan theta is equal to perpendicular upon base. Put this value over here. Y is equal to mx plus c. The value of m was equal to slope, means perpendicular upon base is equal to tan theta, means this equation will be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 x plus c. I have made this complicated, but this is not important for you in 9th class. In the 10th class, this is important. So see you tomorrow. Always it is, I have to end this thing. 1 hour has been finished. All the best. See you tomorrow with the chemistry class. Okay.